forgot I needed a microphone to record this. It was very far away from me. Anyway, so what was I saying? There is some weird stuff in history that is like unexplainable.
It doesn't add up, mate.
How did humans from 35,000 years ago manage to do this? Or did you know there's speculation, yeah, that the Sphinx was built in like 10,000 BC, like a whole 8,000 years before they thought that they made it, and they didn't know that humans were constructing megalithic structures before that time. It's all crazy. It's all crazy. So there is a lot of unknowns, a lot of shit that people just don't know the answers to, unanswered questions about aliens and stuff. But oh shit, my PC's getting real loud. But I don't think that aliens have visited us. Genuinely, I don't think they have. I think that there's...
Why not? Why not?
Alright. I think that aliens exist in the universe somewhere, in some degree. Maybe not... Because they do it by grades, don't they? What are we, grade 1, grade 2? Because there's four grades. There's 4 grades. And grade 4 is when you can, like, harness the power of your star or something. So...
Oh yeah.
We're grade 1, I think. I don't think there's anything more than a grade 1 civilization in the universe, or we'd know about it. So, I'm thinking, I don't know if I agree with that.
You
don't? All right. Let me just finish this point, and then we'll go back to that. I'm thinking, there is civilizations that are like grade 1 and below that exist, and that they haven't visited this planet. But I think they're coming. I think we're gonna discover another grade 1 civilization soon, and I think it's gonna be absolute chaos when we do. But go on, why do you think that that there is other civilizations that we haven't found out there?
Because obviously, like, let's say that there's so much stuff outside of our own galaxy.
Yep.
But in our Milky Way, like, or even outside our Milky Way, like the actual like whole, like near the center, we're nowhere near the center of the universe.
But if you can harness the power of a star, surely you can. All right, so a star obviously doesn't have infinite power, but it has a lot of power, and with a lot of power comes a lot of opportunity. Like they say, if you had infinite power, you'd be able to create wormholes and shit. So if you could harness the power of a star, surely you'd be able to get over here by now. Surely you'd have telescopes and radios and stuff. Not radio specifically, but something like a radio that can pick up our frequencies. They would know we exist by now.
Yeah, but what about if there are higher dimensional aliens?
My guy's getting dimensional now.
Well, of course you have to get dimensional. Dimensional is quite important, you know what I mean?
Alright, so go on.
Like...
What do you mean by dimensional?
Dimensional, so like, obviously we can see 4 dimensions in that. But obviously if there's like a 5th
we can see 3 dimensions, Geezer. What happened? What did you do?
I don't know, I just exploded.
So, we can see 3 dimensions.
3, but like we can like it's something to do like we can comprehend like 4 in terms of like a science sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and if like apparently I think there's like 7 dimensions.
I've heard there's 12 or 14.
Yeah, some big kind of number. So like obviously if it's a high dimensional alien, then maybe they're not picking up like how we probably are not picking up like lower dimensional beings than ourselves. You know what I mean?
But surely we could though, because there ain't nothing living in the first dimension. But I don't know, because we could have a different way of perceiving dimensions.
Exactly, and you got to think, yeah, all humans perceive like life completely differently. Like you can think alike, but the way you see it is completely different. So if an own species can't sort of do that, then
comprehend it in the same way.
Two complete different species. Like we could meet aliens that are not like what's it called, humanoid sort of.
So like you're like the air we breathe could be an alien like sort of deal.
Not sort of like that. It's not to that level, like they are tangible, but
Hmm.
they're just a different sort of structure. So maybe they're like, I don't know,
So do you
like,
believe that aliens seeded the human life?
hmm, I don't know if I believe that. I have seen that before though. I don't like I've seen the evidence
Yeah.
and the way, and also our technology. You know how fast the technology's developed in like the last 20 years.
I think that that comes down to basically our brains work in a funny way. Our brains work in an iterative instead of innovative way. And
Hmm.
because you think of the technology we've got, none of it is brand spanking new. Like
Yeah, it's all just like an
when
upgrade of an
when
older
exactly
model.
when a computer was invented, which was a big deal, that sparked human iteration onto what we have now, like a fucking computer that can send you to the moon in your back pocket. We have that now.
Yeah.
But that's an iterative process, not really innovative. Like the phone is innovative, but it's really not. It is just a screen with microprocessors. It's just upgraded. So I think because our brains work in iterative processes, the next innovation we'll make will be a big one. I don't know if that, like, quantum computing
No,
to
yeah,
me is
yeah,
an
yeah.
innovation, but is it because it's just another type of computer?
Yeah, but quantum is a completely different field. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. It is a completely different field, but is it really? Because it's just another
I
computer.
know you are saying, like, it is just a, I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like in the next couple of years there will be like a huge scientific discovery.
I think so
Like,
too. Like I think artificial intelligence. This is what I think. Yeah, this is going completely off topic of aliens, but not really about a seed in life. If we create AI, we've seeded life. What if AI is actually has is artificial intelligence in the passes the Turing test, sort of can make its own decisions, has self-sustain fucking hell, can I get that out? Self-sustaining protocols where it wants to be alive. It knows what it's about to be alive. It wants to procreate. It wants to
go
create
away,
other things like it.
go away,
I think
move,
that
Jerry. Damn dog.
I think that that's just life. My guy's fighting dogs off and shit while I'm in the middle of some real existential sort of business right here.
Nah, yeah, nah, but like, I don't
Is
know
is that
because
not life?
every,
Is that not us seed in life? Because AI is gonna grow faster than us. It's like our
but
brains work
the
in
thing
a
is,
go
it's
on,
not
go on.
just our brains and stuff, it's actual consciousness, isn't it? Like, there's no way to
But
measure consciousness. Like, you
exactly,
can't say to me
how
that
do how
you're
do we know that
conscious.
this computer is gonna be conscious, or it's not gonna be conscious? Because once it knows it's alive,
How
and
do
once
you
it wants to stay
diagnose it as
alive,
conscious, is what I'm a
because
little bit confused about.
here's my theory. Here's my theory. Here's my crackpot theory of consciousness. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. He's getting real now. I think that consciousness comes down to I got to really like tie my brain up in this one. I think that consciousness in humans is a collective. I feel like on a greater level, humans and the human brain is like a neural network. All because have you heard of these people that have like simultaneous dreams where they dream of the same stuff and all of that sort of business? That shit's
Yeah.
unexplainable, and it's tested as well. Like it happens to quite a few people. I've spoken to people who have said, yeah, yeah, me and my sister, we had exactly the same dream. It's crazy. That shit's unexplainable. Yeah, it could be down to stimulus and down to life experiences they've had, this blah blah blah. But it's way easier to just say, yeah, man, we've got this. We're all linked into the same system
Hmm.
because I've heard stories of people on hallucinogenic uh, drugs and stuff, and they say if you're in a group of people that are doing the same drug, like say mushrooms, LSD, something like that,
Yeah.
they they see the same shit.
Hmm. I know what you're saying. One of
So
my
go on, go on.
a guy, well, the guy I used to live with, anyway, Joe. He told me something. He was like, you know, when you look at your phone and then
Mhm.
someone rings you, and you're like, what the fuck? And you're like, why did I think of that? Like, think that person as they're
Yeah.
ringing me. And he's like, because obviously humans have energy in it.
Here's a
There's like
story.
some
Here's
sort
a
of
story.
energy that connects us.
Here's a story. My mum and my uncle dropped out of contact for a long time. Yeah, he lived in Australia. Whatever, they dropped out of contact for a long time. My uncle had a dream that my sister came and visited him one day and told him something, blah blah blah. So he called my mum and like rekindled their relationship. Now, how the hell, like, how does that happen? Because he said in his mind he pictured my sister as she is. He'd never met her. I think he'd only seen her when she was young. But he pictured her as she is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's pretty mental.
It's
Mate.
crazy. How the hell would he have ever done that? Because they weren't in contact on Facebook, none of that. And then he said he got in contact with everyone on Facebook, blah blah blah. That shit's unreal. How does that happen? And I think it's genuinely because my sister and my uncle, my mum and my uncle, have a neural connection. Wireless.
Yeah, like a bloodline sort of thing.
Like I feel like it happens. Because people, there's stories of like my sister. She told me something about my nan on my mum's side when she died. My sister said she woke up in the middle of the night for no reason, and then heard my mum on the phone, heard my mum burst into tears, and she just knew what happened. She didn't ask nothing. She just knew my nan had died. I don't even think my nan was like gravely ill. I think she passed away one day, like that sort of deal.
Yeah, just unfortunate sort of one.
Exactly. But how the hell do you just wake up in the middle of the night and go, my nan's died? If there's no sort of connection there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I think. I think human consciousness isn't just personal. I think it's a collective. And I think that's what differentiates us and just normal animals. I don't think they have that. They may be conscious on a one-to-one scale, but they're not conscious on a collective scale. That's why they can't achieve what we have.
And then think of that, how on that like consciousness sort of talk. So like our consciousness is completely different to like a dog's consciousness, for instance. So why can't there be other aliens that are on a higher consciousness of us, and obviously then we can't communicate, like how we can't communicate with like dogs, for instance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
like,
I get that.
It might not be like that.
Because you can teach an animal language, but it's never gonna know on that level.
Be able to speak, you know what I mean? Like
it's never gonna be able to connect on that level, exactly. And
even though we think of ourselves as a completely like we're the apex predator of this planet, but obviously in terms of actual just us out in the wild, we're a very soft race, soft skin, easily punctured and stuff, just high intelligence. So why can't there be other beings out there who are smarter and stronger? Do you know what I mean?
Or weaker, but more connected. Because you think of that, yeah? If we became a hive mind, and I'm gonna die, magic mirror, I'm off. If we became a hive mind, we wouldn't need to all be even as athletic or as powerful as we are now. If we were all a hive mind and it was all for the collective, we could just be fucking like in Wall-E.
Because that's only one entity, isn't it?
Like, well, exactly.
In Destiny, isn't it?
I wouldn't want to live like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to live like that. But you wouldn't know any different.
Exactly, yeah, that's what I was about to say.
But that's the most efficient way to work. Ants technically work in a hive mind, and they get shit done. They get shit done.
If they rose up, they'd take over the world.
Ants get shit done. If we worked in a hive mind, we'd get shit done too. So.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die.
It's that danger. Magic mirror, fam. Magic mirror.
I don't have a magic mirror. I'm just gonna throw fucking bombs. I'm gonna blow myself up with bombs.
You got this.
I just bottled it. I bottled it. I'm dead. Goodbye, cruel world.
By a blood crawler. So, it could come down there. Aliens could have a different consciousness to us. They could be more interconnected than us. But still, why have we not? Why has an alien never come on fucking CNN and been like, we don't get CNN in the UK, and just been like, yeah, we're here.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, yeah, but I genuinely think that aliens have probably visited us recently, even in that, because there's still loads of UFO sightings that are just
Yeah, but
unexplained. I
nah.
watched
You
one. I
can't
watched one the
listen
other
to
day. Yeah,
UFO
I watched one.
sightings.
No, no, I watched one the other day. Yeah, and it was of NASA filming a live stream, and then some UFOs came on the screen, and they cut the whole feed and said that it went out of range. But in the last seconds, you can clearly see it. Like I literally watched it the other day, and I was
I
like,
think
yeah.
it's nonsense though, man. I
But not
genuinely
even that,
think it
yeah. But
could be
you gotta think.
artifacting. It could be something smashed into the camera and it looks funky. Could be anything. I just, I feel like they're either really shit like us and they're just stuck on their planet and they don't know how to escape their own solar system in a efficient enough manner to be able to come anywhere else in the universe in a good time, or they don't exist. I don't want to be in the
Or
universe
they're
on
not
our own.
as.
I don't think they're above us though. This is what you're
No, I mean
saying.
they could be below us though. Like, and
They could be.
obviously, as you just said, we don't have any means of really contacting outside our solar system.
They could
So
be
if they're
below
less
us.
developed
But
than
what use
us,
is that?
and they don't have,
I
but that
only want
wasn't
to
ever
see
the
aliens
use.
because the
You just,
motherfuckers can give me superpowers.
yeah, that would be sick.
I don't care about aliens for any other reason. Then my bitch is gonna make me fly real quick when I meet them. I don't give a fuck about them otherwise. If it's an alien and it's like, yeah, look, it's an alien dog. It's got 3 heads. I don't give a shit. It'll be like, oh my god, a dog with 3 heads for about a week, and then I'll be like, oh, well, it didn't give me superpowers. Get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
All right, I've got two more little things to go on to. Yeah, if aliens came to Earth, do you think they should be treated as human, or do you think they should be treated as animals, or do you
It
think we'd
depends
have
on
to create a
how.
new sort of way to distinguish them?
So aliens of our intelligence or higher, yeah.
Let's say around our intelligence, because if they get here, they're smart. But let's
Yeah,
say
do you know what I mean? That's
they
what I
made a
thought.
spaceship 100,000 years ago on their planet, and they've just been on this spaceship for 100,000 years, breeding and whatever, and then they turn up on Earth. Let's not even take into account that their bones are going to be fucked up and all this blah blah blah. Let's science fiction this bitch up. They turn up.
Yeah, science fiction is.
They
Yeah,
turn up, and how do we class them? Do they get citizenship?
So I guess that we're gonna have to make a new system, right? Because they're not human, so that isn't legally correct.
Yeah.
And if I ever learned anything in my life, everything has to be legally correct, right? So they'd have to build a new system for them, and just sort of base it off of sort of ours.
Yeah. I guess they'll. I think they'll be somewhere in between human and animal, especially if they don't look like us. I know that's bad to say, but I think the further away they look than us, the worse it is for them. If someone came, if
Yeah,
an alien
yeah,
came and they were an
definitely,
8 foot
100%.
humanoid with 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth, they'd be treated a lot better
Like
than if they
gods.
look like a blob with an eye and teeth.
Yeah, if it because obviously as far as people are like, oh yeah, it's only what's in the inside, but mate, it's not. It's about what you're attracted to, isn't
It's
it?
a sympathetic thing. You gotta feel
Yeah,
sympathy for them. And if they look like a giant fish with legs, you're not gonna feel sympathy for it.
you're just gonna be like, what is this?
I wouldn't
This
fuck
isn't
with it though.
fair.
I wouldn't fuck with them. Like if they came here and they were like, all right. If they came here, a big mothership of them, and they were like, we're gonna claim this little piece of land for ourselves. We don't want nothing to do with you lot. Say a Johnny, you're the great peace broker. They say we're taking this piece of land. We don't want to speak to you humans. We've been on this spaceship for 100,000 years. We just want to chill out. Fuck off. What do you say?
Nah, bruv.
Yeah? You're gonna test these bastards who have been
Do you know
spacefaring
what
for
I mean?
100,000 years.
I want to know why they've come here. I want to know why they've been gone for so long, and I want to know why we're the first place they've found.
Yeah? Oh, you got some
Too many
good questions,
questions.
boy. I wouldn't even
Yeah, I have
think of
great
asking them that
questions.
sort of shit.
I'm telling you, mate, I'm all into my sci-fi. Like, I read a lot of sci-fi, so
Okay,
I
okay.
have, but like,
Go on.
wait. Also, you know how you said like it would be sad if we were the only ones in our solar system, but
In our
then
universe, mate.
if our universe is actually a simulation, then we might be.
This is it. He just fucking cut me off at the pass, mate. He just cut me off at the pass. If we are in a simulation, I think we'll be the only ones.
Yeah, because it wouldn't make sense us meeting another race and ended up in like a space war, for instance, and destroying ourselves, which is highly likely, because humans
I've heard
are
an
a race
argument
that loves
against a
war.
simulation theory recently, yeah? Heard an argument against it. But it's still, to me, the most plausible idea for our universe. Because our universe has... People say the laws of physics are... They're set in stone, you can't change them, blah, blah, blah. But there's shit that's
Only for our
unexplainable.
universe.
There's shit that is unexplainable in this universe. We're always finding shit that's like, oh my god, this completely tests. And people forget the laws of physics and that sort of shit. They're all just theories. They're
Yeah,
all just
none of
theories.
it's actually,
Gravity,
like,
gravity is a
we
theory.
don't even know what gravity is.
It's a theory.
It's just the name we gave it.
Exactly.
Did you know, right, on theories, yeah,
Yep, go on.
that we don't know anything about what's actually in our Earth. We've only been 7 miles down, which
Exactly.
isn't even deep enough to
We
get out
ain't
of
got
the
a
mantle.
fucking clue. We ain't got
And
a
they
fucking
found
clue.
stuff down there, yeah, that's so much different to what they'd ever imagined, yeah.
Yeah.
That they had, there's like
Like
a
life
water,
down there.
there's a piece of water in the mantle that's the size of all the seas on
Yeah.
Earth.
Like,
Like,
they
never,
didn't think
like-
any of that shit was down there. So
Exactly.
how the hell are they trying to tell us anything? I get there are stuff
just all
that
business.
all right, you tell us theories, whatever. But how the hell are you trying to say we don't live in a simulation? Because you also said that the Sphinx was built 2,500 years ago, when it could have been built 10,000 years ago. Like, and
Yeah.
that was set in stone. It was built 2,500 years ago until it wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
No one
that's
argued
like
that.
everything with our history, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it was that
Everything's
until it
also
wasn't.
so until something news found and it is corrected.
Exactly. So you can't tell us that we're not living in a simulation. Definitely, no, we're not living in a simulation. That's ridiculous. Because we might be. And if we are, let's find a way to break this son of a bitch. And yeah, breaking it could make the great creators go, hold on, turn that shit off. But I mean,
I don't know.
we're humans, man. We're humans. We're curious. If we found out that we was in a simulation,
Curious and destructive.
we'd fucking break it within a year, mate. That's what and also going down to the collective consciousness, this thing that I was thinking, because I've thought of this fucking theory for years now. Human innovation seemed to have come from nowhere. We were doing the same shit around the same shit for thousands of years. We were at the same sort of technology, horses and boats came a little bit later, and agriculture came a little bit later, and medicine came a little bit later. But we technically have been on the same technological path for thousands of years, yeah?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, our technology blew up. We're flying planes. We were sending fucking spaceships into the
100
fucking
years.
atmosphere. We're fucking new medicines. We're curing this. We're curing that. That's been killing humans for hundreds of years. We're giving each other cancer and AIDS. Like, where did that shit come from? And I think that is a human collective consciousness thing. I think that humans all became smarter because we all developed at the same time, if you know what I mean.
What, like we all evolve at the same
We
sort of time?
all to a greater or lesser degree, because there are some fucking dumbasses on this planet. But the dumbasses now are smarter than the dumbasses 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's what
I don't know. Don't know about that.
I think so. I think, and our intelligence is different now to how it was before. Like when they built, we can't build the pyramids the same way they did back then.
No way.
But
Health
they
and
can't build a
safety.
microprocessor the way that we do. And that could be down to a
But yeah, you
Go on,
gotta
go on.
remember that a lot of Egypt is actually trapped underneath the deserts. Like
Yeah, and
So
the
we
Library
don't
of
actually know
Alexandria
what's
was
there
burnt
before.
as well, so we don't know what they knew. But
Exactly.
what we do
Which is
know
the problem.
is they ain't where we are. They weren't where we are. But
They
what
were in a different direction though.
they were in a different direction, exactly. They were. I believe that what the Egyptians were going for is a universal language, and the
Yeah.
universal language for Egypt was going to be the stars. That's what I think. I think what Egypt wanted was everybody on the planet, which is a theory as well, where everybody on the planet spoke the same language. But I think that what Egypt wanted was everybody on the planet to speak the same language. So they were going down a completely different technological route than we're going.
Yeah.
Go on.
Nah, you go.
All right, so I can talk for fucking years, mate. I've been doing this fucking shit for years now. So they were going down a different technological route than we were going, and we've arrived somewhere that they didn't get before they were wiped out. Unless Egypt is a desert because they got fucking nuked. Because they were in nuclear war with another civilization at the same time. We're going back to science fiction, Ajani. We're going back. Egypt was in a thermonuclear war with another civilization.
Something like that. Yeah, because you know on Mars, yeah, you know the pyramids on Mars that are supposedly there.
Technically.
Apparently Mars was destroyed in a thermonuclear war because of how fast the atmosphere like
Evaporated.
dissipated and
Yeah.
all of the damage that actually happened to the land and like the way that the whole place died pretty much.
I like those
I
theories.
watched,
They're crazy. I
yeah,
like
it's a
them.
bit-
I love them. I love them.
yeah.
Egypt was destroyed in a thermonuclear war. That's why it's fucking all under sand now, because their
But
weapons
that's
were.
another thing.
Because you
right?
think.
That's another thing.
All right, go on.
The
Go on.
Vatican, yeah, the
Yeah.
Vatican, for instance, it's its own place, so they don't share their history with anybody. But
Yeah.
I can guarantee 100% that they have got information in their vault, yeah,
Yeah.
that
Ooh,
will
hard container.
literally change the way that we think.
Only thing they
like,
got
just
in the
through
vault in
history.
fucking Vatican is little boys. That's all they got in
Nazi
there, mate.
gold, Nazi gold.
All the Vatican have got in their vault is little boys. I can't trust them motherfuckers further than I can throw a fucking 2 foot boulder. 2 foot? Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
but apparently
I don't trust those
they have stuff in
motherfuckers.
there that
They
would
fiddle
like
kids.
discredit their religion.
Yeah, fiddling kids discredit their religion. I'm sick of it. Stop fiddling kids. Jesus. Catholic priests and fiddling kids go hand in hand like Bill Cosby and fucking Quaaludes, mate. They go hand in hand. They go hand in hand. Anyway, off of that. What was I was probably talking shit about collective consciousness or something. You have to bring me back up to speed.
Collective consciousness. Oh, yeah.
No,
yeah.
no.
We're
Oh, wait,
talking
hold on. Thermonuclear war. Blah blah. All right. So
on Mars.
nuclear bombs. Apparently, I don't know how true this is. Only release a very small amount of their potential energy. Small, very small. Like maybe up to 10%. I don't know the exact number, but nuclear bombs
I've
only
heard that
release
as
a small amount of their potential energy. Whereas antimatter bombs, which are theoretical, will release 99% of their potential energy. 99% of potential energy can turn shit to sand.
Yeah.
This is me. Don't take. If you're watching this video, don't take any of what I'm saying now seriously. Yeah, this is just crackpot theories. I'm going. 99% of the potential energy can turn shit to sand. And say they had cities like we have now. Our shit's made out of glass. Our shit's made out of glass, boy. I'm telling you. You drop a fucking antimatter bomb, and that shit's gonna turn to dust real quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. And the thing is, yeah, what if the civilization that apparently was on Mars was actually a sister civilization of humans in Egypt, and they fell out as humans do and had a war?
Have you
And
seen
that
the
war
monolith on
obviously took
Phobos?
Yeah, no.
There's
no, I
there's like
haven't.
a giant monolith on the moon of Mars that people were saying, no, the Egyptians built. And if the Egyptians had spaceships, they had nuclear bombs. Because we had nuclear bombs in World War II, and we didn't have spaceships yet. If they had spaceships, they had nuclear bombs.
Definitely.
So, I mean, maybe they got far enough to get some fucking antimatter, dark energy sort of mother. Also, I've heard all these mad theories. Well, let me just drop this one. I've also heard that dark energy, you know, that stuff where they can't explain it,
Yeah.
is gravity seeping in through other dimensions. Yeah. Go on. What were you saying? I just wanted to drop that.
What was I saying? Wow, that just
See,
blew
look.
me away.
See, I'm just blowing minds out here.
Oh yeah. What if the Egyptians didn't actually die out on Earth, yeah, and they actually left our solar system and they're yet to return, like they just decided, yeah, we don't want to be on
I
this
like
Earth.
that because of their, like I said, they were trying to make a universal language with the stars. Maybe they created that universal language, left it to us plebeians on Earth, dusted out to a different solar system. Then the plebeians left on Earth were like, let's fucking bomb each other. Bombed each other to oblivion. The actual smart Egyptians had dusted out, but they had left like the pyramids and stuff that they built. They were like, these are gonna withstand the test of time. We can't build it out of glass like our cities are. We're gonna have to build these motherfuckers out of stone. Because these idiots back on Earth.
Those were like a way, obviously, to show prestige. Like, obviously, you can live in a glass house, yeah, but I'm pretty sure it would be better to live in a stone house like the pyramid. You know what I mean?
All right, let me just keep going on with this
could
bullshit
symbolize
theory.
that.
Let me keep going with this bullshit theory before I lose it. So they built these big fuck off pyramid structures, because they knew that the humans that they left on Earth were going to destroy each other. But they were like, when they destroy each other, humanity's not going to be totally destroyed, but it's gonna be pushed back thousands of years. So what they did was they burned the Library of Alexandria because they were scared of the technology getting back into human hands. This caused a massive war between the humans that were left. But I'm writing a fucking book here. This created a massive war with the humans that were left on Earth because their library had been destroyed, and this has all of the fucking information on how to create and how to destroy. And then they fucking flew off in their spaceships, and everyone on Earth just fucking blew each other to hell, and fucked up the Earth. Destroyed Egypt, made it sand because that was like the sum total of human knowledge at the time. Egypt was, because everyone used to go to Egypt for knowledge. Everyone used to go to Egypt for knowledge. They used to go there for fucking psychedelic rituals and knowledge. That's what Egypt was. So
exactly.
That's my bullshit theory. Have you got a bullshit theory you want to throw out?
I do have one.
I like it. I like it. Go on.
So let's say that, like, obviously the Egyptians were a different sort
Let me spark
of,
up this bad boy. Hold on. Let me spark up this bad boy. Go on. Keep going.
And oh, it's just slipped out of my head. Oh wait, no. So let's say that the Egyptians were a more advanced advanced in a different sort of sense.
Yep.
Yeah, and they decided, I'm gonna leave this Earth, and they were like, yeah, the rest of them, if they bomb themselves, then they bomb themselves, and they just completely gave up on Earth.
Yep.
Then why would they ever come back?
They haven't.
I mean, they haven't, but I'm saying if they were to or something. But then we'd probably class them as aliens because they may have evolved in different ways to what we've evolved.
If they've gone to where
technology.
Because the pyramids point to Sirius, one constellation.
Yeah.
Maybe they went there. Maybe that's where the planet they found which was habitable was. Maybe that's where they went. And they don't plan on coming back. They were just like, these humans are gonna kill each other. Like, they're a lost cause. Like we almost are now. and
Yeah.
their elites dusted off the planet, maybe like our elites will one day, left the dickheads to their own devices, and they destroyed each other like they knew they were going to.
How about this?
Okay.
The Egyptians were actually the mother race. We evolved down from them, but they inhabited the earth first, and then they left us with
But the
what would
Egyptians were
they
the
say?
only civilization. Oh, all right. So the Egyptians were
Yeah,
like
so they're like
the
a
eight
higher
foot.
civilization.
Yeah, all
Yeah, do you
right.
know what I mean? Like they're higher. You know that all their gods, like the god of the underworld and all that. Like the way I look at history is a lot of the stories and all that. They're not necessarily like fiction sort of stories. They're
Yeah.
telling of a man, but in a different sort of literal way.
Yep.
So as we describe someone now, they wouldn't describe someone like that like 100 years ago. So why 6,000 years ago would they?
Like Jesus being a
So
healer.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Like
Like there's
I don't
obviously
believe in that, but for theory's sake, for bullshit crackpot theory's sake.
yeah.
Let's say
So for
Jesus
instance,
was real, but he was an advanced species.
not Jesus, like, because obviously
Like
the Egyptians
he
came
was a
lot
lot
before.
early. Yeah, exactly. He was a lot later. But
Yeah.
let's say Ra or who's the
Yeah.
other one?
So they were obviously the leaders, and let's say they were the first ones.
Yep.
If the first of the race, just like let's say America, they like talk about their forefathers, like they celebrate them, innit? So
Yep.
maybe that's what their gods were. Their gods were the people that the last of like maybe even a higher like mother race to them. So maybe that we're like a grandchild sort of race to obviously the Egyptians, and maybe their gods are another higher one. They died out, and then obviously the Egyptians might have
So like
left.
the Egyptians were like the hybrid between these higher race and humans. And
Yeah,
then
and I
we're
think
gone.
like so let's say that those higher race again came to Earth,
Yep.
and they made obviously the Egyptians that's what came with them, and then they left, and then they left the Egyptians, and then we're like obviously another step down from them, so then they left, and we look back at them like, wow, do you know what I mean? And it's like a cycle.
Because when you look at structures like other structures on Earth that were made by other cultures in the same sort of time period as Egypt, they're impressive, but they're not what's the word for it? Where we can replicate it.
Yeah,
But when they look at the pyramids, they say if we're 1 centimeter off, the whole thing goes wrong. How were they so precise and they were using such shitty technology?
or apparently such terrible technology.
Exactly. So
All right, so this is another crackpot theory.
he's on it. 38 minutes in and he's coming out with another theory. I like it. Keep going.
So, what if, right, there is more races in the universe, but they're all humanoids? So humans are the source,
That's
the
what I believe.
source intelligent
That's what I
life.
believe.
Like there's just one source, and it creates a human. But obviously, in different environments, different worlds, completely different, like everything really. They're just developed different. So maybe they're taller or they're shorter, their gravity's different. All of these factors change a species completely. Even their brain setup, like they could look exactly like us, but they're 20 times smarter because they can unlock 100% of their brain.
But
Like,
we're on the same conscious wave.
yeah.
All right.
So same conscious wave, but higher intelligence.
Yep.
And maybe like, cause you gotta think, yeah, maybe there's a race that's more intelligent out there or something, and maybe they don't want to interfere with our evolution.
Yep.
Maybe like it could have been out of like pure like obviously
That's a theory as
curiosity,
well. That's
or
a
it could be
theory
out
as
of
well that
hate.
aliens watch us
Yeah,
because they don't want
could
to interfere with how we're
yeah, or
progressing.
it could be out of spite, like they don't want us to get on their level, and as soon as we do, they'll destroy us, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like it could go either way, but I don't.
But I
don't know.
feel like if there's a race higher than us and they've got more capable technology than us, they're gonna be what's benevolent? What does that?
Benevolent. I think that's sort of like godly. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Anyway, they're not gonna be destructive, because if they were, they'd destroy each other.
Yeah.
So why would they come to a
But
lesser civilization and blow the fuck out of us? That makes no sense.
and on the same topic of the human source, like sort of source code or
Yeah,
base code or
I like that.
whatever,
I like that.
code.
The human source code. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. So let's say that.
We're coining that shit. Go on.
Yeah. So what if their instincts are lesser than ours? Like our survival instinct is in incredibly high. But what if their intelligence or something is high, like how our instincts are? Like
Yep.
if you throw a human into a situation, instantly survival is the first thing they think.
Mhm.
What if in a situation the first thing is like they're trying to mentally do something, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
And
we're
then you
more
got to think,
physical.
yeah, we're more physical, they could be mental, and then that brings in the whole brain thing. The stronger and the more you can use your brain, the more
That's
you can
some real
perceive.
existential shit. That just gave me that, you know, that feeling. Because
Yeah,
it's possible. We could just be one subset of the human race where we are the physical embodiment of humanity.
yeah,
We think we're really intelligent, but we're not. We're just the brutes. We're just we go
yeah,
in,
we're the
we
brawn.
blow the fuck out of shit because it makes sense.
We
Man.
ask questions later.
It makes sense, man, because it's what we're like. Not every human's like it, but it's what we're like, man. First thing I say to you, if aliens want to come here and they want to co-inhabit, but they just want to keep on their own, no.
No.
Nope, they're dangerous.
Danger, danger,
But-
danger. That's all it
Exactly, it
shouts.
just signals danger in our minds. But
Exactly, and that
as
whole
we're progressing,
10% thing.
as we're progressing, we're going to a lot more, let's say, liberal people exist, where they're like me. Aliens want to come here and they don't want anything to do with us. Let them come. Let them come. I've got no issue with it. Whereas a survivalist is like, no, we don't want anything to
No
do with
way.
those fuckers. And as you go further back in our time, we're more and more like that. You're from another tribe,
Yeah,
you're dead to me. You're of another
dead.
race,
You're gone.
you're dead to me. It's
You're
just
gone.
how we are. We're survivalists. And that's just the human condition. That's just, we're like that. We are more to ourselves. We're about each other. It's like all a child is to you is blood. Like all a child is you birthed it. It really and truly it has no connection to you. Like, you know what I mean? Obviously,
Yeah.
it has a mental connection to you, but technically, it really doesn't really have a connection to you. People, if you walk past your street a kid on the street and you've never met it, you're not going to know it's your kid. So, well, some people would say, "Oh yeah, I knew the whole time," but you don't know it's your kid. So,
Yeah, maybe so.
shit, I don't know where I was going with it. You don't know it's your kid. So if you were put in the situation where you've never met the thing, and it feels like it's a danger to you, so like, all right, so you're gonna protect your family. This is where I was going with it. You're gonna come and you're gonna protect your family against anything.
Yeah.
If this guy stepped to my family, I'm gonna kill him. That's what humans are like. You mess with my family.
Yeah.
That's like the accepted thing.
But
Are you a
then-
killer? Hold on. Are you a killer? No. But if somebody hurt my family, I'd kill them. That's just accepted. But your kid is no more than just another person. Really, they're no more than just another person. So how does that make sense? That's where it comes down to it's a weird thing about that protective instinct that we have, because it's not real.
It's a mental.
It's
but
just
sort
encoded
of
in us. It's encoded in us to protect our own.
Yeah.
So if aliens came, it would be instinctive for us to go, as humans, let's get together and let's fuck this thing up, because
Yeah.
we're still the close. That comes down to the closer they look to us, the better they're going to be treated.
Yeah.
Go on, you had
I
something
think
to
as
say.
well,
I'm just
yeah.
going in.
So, like, let's go slow down a bit, but go sideways. So, instead of the whole
Pressing the
crazy
brakes.
sort of thing, maybe that it goes down to the simple fact that we can't use all of our brain. Maybe if you got another 20% of your brain, then we wouldn't even perceive ourselves in this plane of existence.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's 7 planes of existence. So
Yeah.
maybe if we could use 40% of our brains, because you know people can astral project when they're dreaming. You know, astral projection.
Oh, you're getting a bit sci-fi here.
Yeah, but like let's stay sci-fi sort of. But apparently people can
People,
do that.
people.
But
So
man, if
what do
you
you
can use
mean? What do
20%
you
more,
mean? What do you mean by astral project? Oh, come on, give me some solids. I need a little
So,
bit of
like-
solids going on here. I can't have it
So,
all
like-
just running down your leg.
so like the 7 planes, yeah. So let's say you can use 40% of your brain. Maybe that you can easier?
Yeah, you got it.
Easily? I don't know. You
More
can
easily.
more easy. That's it. You can more easily, like move up the planes, I guess, or like be able to perceive more things. So if you could perceive like more things, because like for instance, let's simplify a bit. Like
Yeah.
you know, gases. You can't see gases.
Yeah,
but
it's
you
like
can smell them.
how they say mantis shrimp can see colors that we can't see, and it can see in like not in
Yeah.
X-rays, but similar to that. Like we can't
Ultraviolet
see
and stuff like that.
exactly ultraviolet. They can see ultraviolet light. We can't perceive that. We don't
Yeah.
know what that even means. What does that look like? Yeah, I know what you mean. Go on.
So that sort of thing. The more you unlock your brain, the more you perceive, and it could literally be that simple. Maybe
Yeah.
we can't perceive other beings because they're on a different astral plane, different dimension.
But then that doesn't affect us. Then that literally aliens
But-
existing doesn't even matter if we can't perceive them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think that is
That's the
just a
case.
crackpot theory.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not
yeah.
what I think.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, you don't have to believe the theories that your brain just produces in
Just
10 seconds.
Producers.
And you're like, what? Yeah, mate, that's fucking kosher. And then you do a little bit of research and
still-
you're like,
it's still
you know what, I'm
question.
chatting shit.
Yeah. It's just
That's
one
what
of
I'm
them.
talking about, mate. I love them. You got any more? You got any more to share? I'm liking these
I've
crackpot
seen a
theories.
theory. I've seen a theory.
All right, we in.
That apparently the Earth is shrouded in some sort of electromagnetic, was it? Maybe not electromagnetic, but it's shrouded in some sort of cloak around the Earth.
Okay.
Like the way that like some like X-rays and stuff get into the atmosphere or something like that, along those general lines. That it doesn't come in right, and like there's just certain anomalies in it, and it doesn't make sense. Like, and they've reckoned that there is like aliens or an ancient sort of civilization put something around the Earth to shroud it, so we couldn't see outside of our sort of universe, solar system even, and sort of slowed us down from the rest of the universe. You know what I mean?
Where do you benefit from that though?
I don't think we benefit at all. But
Not us. Where do they benefit from that? Where does the civilization that done that benefit? Like, what do they get out of shrouding us? Because are they studying us?
We sort of like develop in our own way without the influence of the rest of the like.
all right. Yeah. Oh, okay, all right.
So like they want us to evolve in like a
That
natural
theory,
way. Or maybe-
theory, like, it started off as a 0 to me, and suddenly
Yeah.
turned it into a 5. Like that little piece of information that you dropped on me. That's like, yeah. All right, go on, continue. I like it.
Yeah. So wait, what?
It
Alright,
happens,
no,
mate.
no,
It
no.
happens to the best of us. You're in.
And so yeah.
Did I take
no,
it
I
away from
completely
you again?
lost it.
I
Yeah.
fucking took it from you. I
It's gone.
took it.
It's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Oh, fuck. That's it. We're gone. Anyway, let's magic mirror. Oh, you ain't even got the magic mirror. Fucking loser. See you in a bit. Woo! What? Did you jack that from my box, you cunt? I saw a golden box empty ages ago. I was like, I must have took that earlier.
That was just a recall. That was just a
You
recall
jacked my
potion.
magic. You know what, you motherfucker. Anyway, if you enjoyed this bullshit crackpot Terraria talk, Hit up in the comments if you want to be involved. Come up with some of these bullshit theories I love so much. Fucking hell, mate. That was a joke. With these bullshit theories we're coming up with, drop it in the comments. Check out the other videos on screen now. But for now, people, we're going to talk more crackpot theories. I love it. I love it. I love it.